Good morning. I'm in the process of updating my computer and some of the other ancillary bits I use for making my videos. So I thought it would be a good time to pause and tell you how I got to where I am now. My movie making career, such as it is, began back in 2005 when I was still practicing dentistry. I had purchased a commercial patient education program called Casey that turned out to be an overpromise and underdeliver kind of thing. Uh, Biggest problem was beyond its generic quality was the fact the loop was only about 12 or 15 minutes long. And running that in the waiting room, patients got tired of looking at it very quickly. And so I abandoned that, decided that I could probably make something better on my own. So I began to make sort of a patient education informational video. I did it on a PC I had. I would take and make slides in PowerPoint, burn those as small video files, and then using a movie program on the PC, which I can't remember which one it was there, I'd stitch all these together, add some tracks of sound and stuff, and then burn it as a DVD. And as I would play that in the waiting room, that was much better received by the patients because there was local stuff in it and stuff that was more um, personal to the practice. So that made it more relevant for them. Problem I found in using my PC was when I went to make changes, any changes I made messed the entire timeline up. So I wasn't able to go back and edit, add things in without all the other parts just getting out of sync. Trying to fix that proved to be very difficult, and finally decided the only way I could make changes was to redo the entire movie each time, and that wasn't going to work long term. So that led me into my first foray into Apple products, and I bought a 2005 iMac G5. That computer was a revelation. So using my iMac G5, I made my little slides in Keynote rather than PowerPoint, burned them into video files again, and then using the free iMovie program was able to put together some pretty high quality movies, which I would then burn on DVD and show on the TVs in the operatories. And it was kind of a background thing, had information on the way the practice worked as far as appointments and pre-auths and all that kind of stuff, and also had lots of local scenery and a bit of stuff, sort of family photos and stuff I was doing. And it ended up over the years getting modified so that the dental stuff became less and the local stuff and stuff about me and my family and stuff we were doing became greater on them because that's what the patients were interested in seeing. So that was a really cool thing. Many versions of the movie through many different iMacs over that 15-year period until I retired. As I started making videos in my post-retirement phase, I decided that with more time, I wanted a program that had more functionality than iMovie. So started doing some research on what was available. I watch a lot of YouTube, so I reached out to one of the creators I really enjoy, a guy named Dustin Porter, who has a channel called Destination Adventure. He's a local BC boy, and he was very gracious to reach out to me very quickly and told me that he uses DaVinci Resolve and he recommended it as a program for me to try. So, being very Scottish, I don't like to spend money if I don't have to, so I've been using the free version of DaVinci and it's worked out really well. But it's a really big program and it's very daunting to look at first and challenging to learn. But there's lots of YouTube videos about how to use different aspects of the program. I find that the videos by Jason Yudlowsky they've been excellent. He's very funny and engaging, and his movies are very informative. So every time I have some new thing I need to learn, whether it's how to make movies go backwards or change color or EQ sound, he's got a video on it. And that's how I've learned to use Resolve. That's worked really well for me up until recently when the latest iOS update on my iMac, which is from 2020, and the latest DaVinci Resolve update don't seem to talk to each other very well on my computer. And the latest video I made about our Hawaiian cruise, now the program got very glitchy. Wasn't smooth to scroll through in the edit setting to see what I'd done and make changes. It kept getting locked up on the transitions as well. My computer would just shut down. Have to restart it. That's something that's been happening more and more, and has now become a bit of a problem. So I think I've just reached the limits of what my computer processing can do in this video editing and stuff. And so I've got a new Mac Mini ordered and some other ancillary bits that will hopefully make the whole process easier and more fun. And that'll be the subject of another video. So that's all for today. We're all caught up. Quite a bit of time has passed since the last part of the video. It's now late February, and we returned last Sunday from our 2-week Mediterranean cruise on the new Statendam. I now have my new Mac Mini and all the new peripherals in and hooked up, and they're working fabulously. So glad I did the update. My desk looks quite different now, and I'm really happy with the clean, organized look it has. So I bought a Mac Mini M4 Pro and splurged on a number of upgrades. I watched a lot of videos on configuring the Mac Mini, and the videos sort of indicated that 512 SSD storage was sufficient, but I'm kind of a belt and suspenders kind of guy, and so I decided to splurge on the 2 terabyte SSD drive because I really don't want to run out of storage. You know, you don't need to buy the 911 Turbo, but why not? I also purchased a number of peripherals for my new Mac Mini setup. I purchased a CalDigit TS4 Thunderbolt dock. This dock expanded my available ports significantly and was the most recommended dock when I did my research. I also purchased an Anker 675 USB-C docking station monitor stand. This provided more ports and is a nice good-looking stand for my main monitor. I contemplated purchasing one of the very expensive Apple Studio displays or one of the slightly less expensive BenQ displays, but ultimately decided that I didn't need to go to this level of monitor and bought a less expensive option, a 27-inch Samsung monitor, which should work great for what I'm doing with my video editing. For external storage, I purchased a WD Black 1 terabyte SSD internal drive and a Hyperdrive Next portable enclosure for it. I also purchased a Crucial X9 1 terabyte external drive, which will be my travel drive. All of these were highly recommended in the research I did online. For sound, I purchased a set of the Creative Pebble X speakers. I decided not to go with the ones with a subwoofer as I'm going to use these speakers mostly for doing computer work. When I listen to music, I'll just play it through my Martin Logan Mosaic speakers. A much better option. I also picked up a desk mat. The one I got is made by a company called Dawntree and is made of a felt material. It looks great in the desk. It's a really nice surface to run the mouse on and comfortable for your hands to rest on. I already had a Logitech Blue Yeti microphone and a Logitech USB 920 webcam, although my plan is to use my iPhone as my webcam for doing my videos. You probably noticed on the spec sheet for my Mac Mini that I also purchased a copy of Final Cut Pro. This is the other big change I've made. I decided to move away from using DaVinci Resolve to Final Cut Pro for my video editing. I looked at a number of videos online comparing the two programs and decided that Final Cut Pro sounded like it would probably work better for me, so that's what I switched to. Moving forward, starting with this video, all my editing will be done in Final Cut Pro. To help me get started, I had decided to purchase Jen Jagger's Final Cut Pro Rockstar video course. This was a great decision as it's an excellent, well-presented course, and it gave me a solid foundation as I transition to using Final Cut Pro as my editing software. Well, now that that video is done, it's time to start putting together the video of our recent 14-day Caribbean cruise aboard the new Statendam. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.